Hello again, everyone. So I've had this model for, boy, maybe half a year or a year, just sitting in a drawer. I never figured out what I'm going to do with it, but I figured I'd at least open it up. And so this is the Skull Shaker, which is a tuned version done by Ryu Asada of the Bone Shaker, which was done by Larry Wood of Hot Rod fame. So 7 to 10 of the tuned series from, I believe, last year, the 2022 collection, 61 of 250. So at the bottom, though, there's a copyright of 2017, so I think this casting must have come out in like 2018. Alright. I just like the metallic pink. I know there's been many colors of this thing, I think. So, and just want to give credit to whoever's customizing these things. I never thought to actually, swap out the character so much. I just usually just do wheel projects. But, because you'll have to probably drill it apart. I really like this Christmas one. Kind of neat. Well, anyways, let's just continue on with this thing. I read online that this character will, it'll shake around, right? Hence the shaking part of the name. So I'm not sure how that mechanism works. It looks like it's being activated by, the wheels themselves have these tabs which collide with that yellow bit there. So interesting. That's just pretty smart design on Mattel's part. Alright, well, continuing on. Yeah, I like this metallic pink color. And we got a nice like Hot Wheels skull emblem here. Very retro styling. And then we got the Hot Wheels banner there. So it seems like there's a V8 powering this thing. And they're not really oval or round. This one's oval, but these are like trapezoids, parallelograms. Yeah, interesting. It's got the really small size, and then I would say like it's not the medium size. These are bigger than, I don't know the name of these wheels. I should probably memorize that one day. But alright, so yeah, we got the stacks here for the V8, and then we got the skull front end, and it looks like the hands are actually the headlights. That's interesting. Never noticed that. Yeah, very cool. The character itself is like an old guy with a mustache. Alright, I'm not sure if is there a story behind this guy? Does this guy look like the Bone Shaker one? I don't have a Bone Shaker, obviously, because I would know more if I did. The hinges, it look like it's a suicide. No, it's a normal door. Yeah, the door would swing that way, right? Even cool if the hinges back here to be a suicide, like a ZZ Top hot rod. So I'm gonna guess that would be the fuel tank, and not sure what that would be then at the end in front. Maybe that's a battery. I don't know why there would be 4 lines going to a fuel tank, but whatever. And a little recess for a license plate if you want to add one. I would have to assume these are the tail lights and the backup lights. And then it's cool, there's a little shock detail here as well. Some hoses, I guess. Maybe I'm not sure, a third brake light or something. Yeah, it's quite interesting. It's a really short, small model, being a tuned version of a normal looking fantasy car. Yeah, that's funny. Alright, well, I got to figure out what kind of wheels came on hot rods back in the day. I'll probably try to find some old wheels. Alright, so these wheels, they're actually modeled after real ones called American Racing Salt Flat 5s. And naturally I adjusted them for, this particular Hot Wheels. I actually kept a little tab thing, and they actuate that yellow part that becomes that driver. So other than that, I added some paint, some black in the exhaust, a little paint, silver, black and silver, I think, up there, and also the gas tank details and the tail lights there. So yeah, I didn't really paint the character because I know that not much paint wants to stick to this. This is actually black Sharpie. I tried paint and it just wasn't sticking, so this is I think black Sharpie. Yeah. Alright, well, let's look at a few other cartoonish, hot rodish, kind of old American things. Alright, so here's a freebie. I think it's by Suntory or Kirin. Doesn't say, unfortunately, but it came with a can of coffee in Japan. And obviously it's an old school kind of Cadillac. Really small though. Here's a much larger thing. This is by Chorokyu. It came from some sort of cartoon set. I forget the name of the set. It doesn't say what this thing is either. It's just a fictional cartoon car that looks like a 30s car. This Chorokyu is a good old Thunderbird, but it's like an old beaten up one. Or to me it looks like it's covered in chocolate sauce. Hot Wheels did this Fatbacks Shelby Cobra, but I took off the Fatbacks wheels and printed my own so they don't stick out so much. Look at that, that's ridiculous. And the last again is a Chorokyu, and it's a really old one from like 1985 I imagine, because it says 80 to 85. And it's a good old Stingray Corvette with a blower on the thing. So all sorts of deformation, all sorts of size, all sorts of brands. And yeah. Okay. People always ask, where can I get those wheels? They're on Shapeways. All my stuff is on Shapeways. That place is really expensive, so just a warning, really. You gotta really love these toys to be buying anything off Shapeways. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next 3D printed wheel swap.